In this video, we're going to be demonstrating the process of applying, deploying, and removing your playpen cover for your smoker craft pontoon boat for playpen covers utilizing the J-clip attachment system. The very first step in this process is to work through the perimeter of the cover, finding the forward center tag, which should also be the identical position as a singular snap, okay, that's located on the front end of the boat. Once I have this located and identified, I just lay the cover out the rest of the way towards the back of the boat to make it easier as I'm putting this thing on. And then I'll take this all the way up to the front, and you'll notice that there is one snap on that front center gate, okay? This is our starting point for the cover. Now, in previous year models, there might not be a snap here, and there would just be J-clips all the way across the front. In those instances, you're still gonna have that forward center tag, and it's just gonna be critical that you put that center clip right on the center of the door, okay, to get proper alignment on the boat. So with this snap, it makes life a whole lot easier. We just attach that one center snap, and then you can move sideways on the door and attach the two clips either way. As I'm doing these, I'm just pulling sideways just with a little bit of gentle pressure. Not a whole lot, not giving a big pull, just sideways, just gentle tension, and just clipping it into the track and pulling up. From here, I go and just start laying the cover out over the side, and I'll start one side first. And here again, as I start working around the side, I'll just give a little sideways tension and just start clipping. Now in doing this, you're probably gonna do 3 or 4 clips and then jump to the other side of the boat. Just makes things a little bit easier. Now, with these clips, it is noteworthy that you can pull and make the clips slide a little bit, okay? I wouldn't recommend relying on that method, okay? I like, putting the tension in on the front end and pulling and then locking into the right position, because that way it avoids any conflict areas where you might have uprights or anything that you're trying to drag past. So again, once you have the one side done, you move over, repeat the process on the other side, and just get the entire nose of the boat done. So the J-clip, it just slides underneath, goes into the groove, and just with a little bit of upward pressure, clicks right into the groove. Now these were designed to be ergonomically friendly from inside the boat. So when releasing, instead of just a straight downward motion, you actually want a little bit of curl to it, a little rolling motion, and it very easily disengages the clip. Again, adding gentle pressure as you move around. As you're working through the deployment on the port side, you just keep working down further towards your side gate. Again, just giving easy pressure as you move backwards. And you will notice on the starboard side, you have a long zipper with a locking zipper on it, okay? You wanna make sure at this point while you're deploying that that zipper is closed all the way to the end as you continue working your way back. If it's open at this point and you continue to pull, you could end up with some engagement issues or just kind of warping the fit of the cover. As I work into the center section, most of these covers are intended to have the chairs rotated inward as we continue moving forward with the deployment. So the cover comes over the chairs, and we just continue working ourselves further back in the boat. As we get around the power bimini, you will see there's a little water dam here. You want to make sure that's up. And we just continue working our way further and further back. At the tail end of the cover, you will see that there is a cutout for your rear bimini standoff. You want to make sure that if the bimini's all the way down, you may have to undo this and wrap it around that bimini standoff. In this case, you just make sure it's closed since the bimini's up, and you continue working your way back. Now on the back end, you'll see all different configurations. In this particular instance, this layout has snaps. So once we get further back, the deployment now switched to snaps coming down and around the rear gate. You do have a strap that's intended to go up over the bimini and clip to the other side and draw tension up to help prevent water pooling. Now, in this particular instance, you'd already have this pre-adjusted to the height of your tent poles to make sure you don't have to really adjust this on the fly while you're doing your installation now. Then the installation for this particular floor plan ends up on the outside of the boat, where we just finish the snaps down across the floor. And you'll typically do this from the rear swim platform. Again, with this model, it feeds around the fence. You have a Velcro closure. It snugs everything up. And you're just continuing to secure the fasteners down the floor from one side to the other. There, at this point your cover is fully deployed around the entire perimeter of the boat, and it's time to put the tent poles up. So I would step off the back end of the boat onto the dock and just move down to the midship point where I can very easily undo a couple clips, get underneath to add the tent poles. So at this point, we've now gone underneath the cover, inserted our tent poles. You can see it's got a nice vault. There's gonna be great water runoff. Everything's nice, taut, snug, and looks good. Just exited the side gate, reattached a couple clips, and we've got a fully deployed cover. Okay, now there's a couple particular things about this that we wanna highlight that make removing your cover way easier, okay? The very first thing is now this locking zipper that we had mentioned on the side. The way these clips work is they press in relatively easily. They come out relatively easily, but it's the tent poles that help keep that upward pressure and really lock them into the channel, okay? So the very first thing you wanna do is relieve that pressure, okay? So now it's about getting into the boat and eliminating some of these tent poles to make the cover to where the clips will, disengage much easier. So you can run the cover zipper up, remove those clips out of the doorway, out of the gate, and then by coming in, you can very easily just take the pressure off the cover. The more tent poles you take out, it just allows these clips to come out very, very easily. The more coverage you knock down, or the more poles you knock down, you just keep taking them down as you're getting to those points on the cover, and you just keep relieving the pressure, and it allows the clips to come out quite easily as you work your way all the way out and around the cover. So really it's just about getting in. Now, as you're doing that removal around the corners, you just want to make sure you're getting in, taking the tent poles down to relieve that pressure. Hopefully with the tips in this video, you'll find using your Smokercraft Playpen cover with the J-clips much easier. Whether you're deploying or removing, you should have a much easier boating experience if we just use these little steps to get the covers on and off the boats. Thank you.